I'm on a mission to go to every single FBS stadium and campus in the country. But obviously, that's a little bit of a difficult task considering I don't have I work full time. So instead, we're going to try first to go to every SEC stadium in the country. So we're going to start right here in my backyard of Nashville, Tennessee, going to a school that's been here since the very beginning, and that is Vanderbilt. And we're walking there now. I'll show you there's something in the background here that's pretty cool that I'll get to later. But for now, I will see you at the stadium. So here we are at the First Bank Stadium. This stadium is actually the smallest in the SEC, but it's also the oldest. So that's pretty cool. We're gonna check it out. I doubt that we're gonna be able to get too close, but it'll be cool to walk around it and just see what we can see. So I'm not having any luck getting that close to the stadium, but you can't see anything outside here. The gates, I saw up there. You'll be able to see it. The logo up there. But I tried to get into a building over here, but didn't quite work out. So we're gonna try going around to see if I can get a closer look. I know it's undergoing some renovations, so it might be kind of difficult to get anywhere closer than this. So I'm not too hopeful, but I just want us to get some good views, kind of get, maybe I can get a good views from the top of the parking garage. That might be a good move. We'll see. Also right behind me is their, I believe, their basketball arena. I'm not too sure, but I don't know much about basketball, but yep, they have a basketball arena. I don't know if they're good at basketball or not. I'm mostly just a college football guy. All right, so I'm up here at the top of the parking garage and not too much luck behind me. You can see a little bit. I'll show you guys here in a second some more, but yeah, we got a little bit of a view, but not really what we were looking for. So this is the best we got so far. Yep, little view of the seats, top of the concourse there. They're doing reconstruction, so not quite gonna get a good view. We are gonna keep trying, maybe around the back, but I'll let you guys know. I do love these little Vanderbilt go-karts. Those are pretty cool. Wish I could ride one of those around campus. So I just read the sign about their memorial stadium. Apparently it's dedicated to one of the students that died in World War II. So that's pretty cool. Nice that they would do that. You can see some more construction behind me. So I don't know. It's looking pretty rough. They're doing a lot of renovations over here. But I do think that there's a better view of the stadium over here. So we're gonna check it out. So not the football stadium, but I did find the baseball stadium. That's pretty cool. I wonder how much of that we can be able to see. I don't know if you guys can see that. I can't because you're on an extended selfie stick, but pretty cool, pretty cool. We're gonna try to see how close we can get. I do like this giant Vanderbilt logo right here in front of the baseball stadium. That's pretty cool. Here we go. Here's a little bit better of a view of that baseball stadium right here. See, we're actually gonna get some good views here. Very nice, very nice. Look at that. Really cool. Again, football stadium's over there. That's some construction going on back there. So that's pretty cool. I also think it's really cool how everything is like, all the facilities are really close together. So I got to hit the baseball, football, and basketball stadium all in that same time frame. It's pretty cool. Obviously, the baseball stadium is the one we got the best views of, but we're not going to give up hope. It's not just the stadium that's under construction, but the whole campus kind of seems like that. I've been walking around for quite a while, and there's a bunch of these construction walls. So that's pretty interesting. Campus itself, honestly, it's not like crazy, but pretty cool. So I see this like hand symbol. I don't know if it's just for this little VU cares thing, but like anchor down, I guess. Apparently, these trash cans are off limits. So hope you don't have any trash because you can't throw stuff away. Also, my hair is crazy. I'm definitely like not knowing where to go. Like all the construction walls are definitely making it harder to get around because I feel like there's like directions that I should be going to get to cool places, but then they're like blocked off. And I definitely don't want to get in trouble. So I'm not going to walk through construction or anything like that. But I'm going to head in a direction and hopefully it's a cool direction because right now I'm in an area of campus that really doesn't feel like there's much going on. Guys, check this out. I made a new friend and his name is Harold Sterling Vanderbilt. Seems like a pretty cool dude. A judge or something. Obviously, he's pretty important. His name's kind of on the school. I don't know if he's like the Vanderbilt or just a Vanderbilt, but Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, well, I got things to see, so see you, Mr. Vanderbilt. Also, if you're wondering why there was a fanny pack on me in that last video, it's because it's where I carry my audio equipment. It's not a style choice, I promise. I'm not really a fanny pack guy, but you know, gotta have it to carry the equipment. So it is what it is. Anyways, on to the next. All right, now we're getting somewhere. See, we got this little eagle statue. That's pretty solid. And this is Old Central. I'm not really sure what Old Central is, but I'm sure we'll find out. So after reading the cool sign over there, this is apparently the oldest building on campus. So that's pretty cool. All right, we got one of these cool open studying spaces. Again, this is pretty nice and green. I definitely like seeing all the plants. It is a really green campus, which is really nice. We got another little statue over here going on. I don't really know what these are for. Yeah, we've made it some really cool buildings. I don't know if you can see this right here that they got over here on the actual building with like carving stuff. They got this thing. This archway is super cool. A little like tower thing, and it's not the big tower, that's just a smaller one. I kind of want to go through here, but I don't think it'll let me, but that's super cool. I guess Kirkland Hall must be a pretty important building. It's got a lot of it's pretty huge. It's like one of the biggest buildings I've seen on campus. So look at that. It's very like Gothic architecture, which is like super cool. And then again, look at how pretty this is. These trees, like, dude, this is a lot nicer than what we were seeing earlier. Okay, guys, I found something pretty cool. So right here, we have, let me extend, Cornelius Vanderbilt, Mr. Vanderbilt himself. So that's pretty cool. And in case you're wondering, that statue is right here at the front of campus. I was kind of walking around, and I'm no longer at campus, I don't think, but you can see the Welcome to Vanderbilt sign over here coming into the university. I think we're going to head now to probably the most iconic building on campus, and that's the giant tower that you can see throughout a good amount of the area. So we're going to head that way. This is the view from where we're at, and we're just going to get closer and closer. You have another pretty wide open area over here to study or, you know, do whatever. Earlier we saw a theater. I didn't really record the theater because it wasn't anything that cool, but yeah, I really like the architecture of these buildings on this area of campus right here. Right here in the heart of campus. That's pretty cool. We can walk under this super cool arch. Wow. Walking under the archway. That's pretty cool. I know there's like a little courtyard over here. Don't really feel like I'm in America right now. I feel like this is like very European. And again, just the flowers and greenery. Super cool. We have made it to the tower. Look at that thing, dude. That's crazy. It's a castle. Like, I don't know if it's dorms up there or what, but there's a private event going on, so I can't go in there, unfortunately, but that thing is crazy. I really wish we could go to the top of that, but for now, that's gonna have to do. So I discovered why Vanderbilt's campus is so green. It's designated as an arboretum. I was wondering about that because I was like, this is like a lot of really cool plants and like greenery, which I can appreciate for some shade and just for some views. So I don't remember if I said it on camera or not earlier, but I was thinking at the very least that this was a very small campus. No, it's not a small campus. I just walked about 30 minutes. I'm still on campus, but it's kind of a different vibe because this is technically, well, it is Vanderbilt now, but it used to not be Vanderbilt. This used to be Peabody College, and the two combined to make Vanderbilt just one big university. So that's why it was separated. The two campuses are technically together, but they're separated by a bit of a walk. So I'm just kind of walking through here, see if there's anything on this side of the campus that's pretty interesting. It is still looking really green and nice, lots of open space. Some nice buildings, like this is the administration building. It's got a lot of like columns and stuff. So it's not like it's a weird, like it's like jarring or anything. It's still pretty much the same type of vibe. And behind me here is the heart of what used to be Peabody College before it got combined with Vanderbilt. Super pretty. Apparently there's like a fountain or something in that area that I'm gonna go check out. And then we'll make the 30-minute journey back towards main campus. So now I gotta walk all the way back over here to the phone. Anchor down. So unless the fountain is inside of the Wyatt Center, which I doubt, then ChatGPT lied to me because that's one of the things it told me to check out. And it's not here. I didn't see it. So, oh. All right, it is time to head back. But I do have one more surprise for you that we'll get to a little bit later on the way back. But I do want to say, first off, if you are a Vanderbilt student or fan and I missed some things, please let me know in the comments, and I apologize for missing them. I tried to do as best as I could finding online the different like cool iconic areas of Vanderbilt. And I hope I got to most of them, but I can always come back to Vanderbilt. It's one of the places I can come back to because it's so close. So please let me know, and also let me know how I can make my videos better, because this is my first time doing it. I would love some feedback, and especially if I'm going to be going out to other places, I want to make sure that I get the best content possible for you guys. So yeah, let's head over and so we can show you this last really cool thing. All right, so I just saw this like really weird like thing over here, and like I wasn't really sure what it was about, so I walked up to it, and the sign just said cylinder and a prism. So like, I mean, that is what it is, but that's odd. But we got a friend over here. Hello. Little statue. So very interesting sculpture of just a cylinder and a prism. I bet that was someone's S-tier art project right there. Some last minute procrastination, or maybe I'm just like being super insensitive and that's like super important and significant. Who knows? If so, I apologize. I've also been seeing a few of these around campus, which we did not have at Georgia, but I wish we did. Little like Eno/hammock setups. Those are really cool, and I wish we had those because that would make studying a lot easier around campus. On Georgia, there are some areas, but not for hammocks. So those are always cool to see. I really don't understand contemporary art. Like, what's going on here? Can anyone explain? Because like I saw like a cylinder and a prism, and now whatever that is. And we got another weird like thing here. Again, not really sure what that's supposed to be. I don't know who makes these, but Vanderbilt seems to have a lot of them. And right here we got the Vanderbilt logo, the V. I prefer the old logo, but it's not too bad. And to look at some of the renovations to this football stadium on this side, and then you can see right there, their baseball stadiums, or their baseball team is pretty good. They're national champions in 2014 and 2019. But yeah, check that out. Pretty cool. I'm excited to see what it's gonna look like when it's all done. Guys, look at this. It is the anchor. Okay, so right here, it explains who does the anchor dropping ceremony. I didn't know there was like a certain thing to it, but apparently like people who made specific contributions to Vanderbilt get to drop the anchor during game day. So that's really cool. And look at this. We can't go inside, obviously, but look at the V on the door. So this is what it's supposed to look like when it's all done. They have the banners here on the other side. It's kind of what they're going for here. So honestly, that could be pretty big. I don't know if they got Georgia on the Jumbotron there. That's the stadium behind me. You can get this close just about, and then there's obviously some stuff up there. But yeah, pretty solid. I got to see a decent amount of the field from this little corner here. I did one last little look around to see if there was any way that we could get in. That was like, it's available, but it seems like everything's like locked up pretty tightly. But also I do have one more thing to show you. Look at that. You can see that little part of the stadium. There's just like a wide open gate. It's so free. So free. But there's workers right there. So, but it is so free. I could easily walk in there. That's just like, that's scary. I'm just gonna go for it. So we'll see if they let me. Can I? We'll see. Right through the gate, at least. Let's see if I can make it on. There we go. It's pretty cool. Wonder if we can check out the concourse here. We'll see. I feel like if we make it past here, we're pretty in the free. We made it into the concourse. I feel like we're actually here in the stadium. I'm glad I waited. Oh, look at this. We made it. I mean, got football players out here too. There are so many people in the field that I'm really worried that I'm supposed to be here and they're gonna like catch me. So we're gonna see if we can't get up a little higher and see what we can do. Even the elevators are little V's for Vanderbilt. That's so cool. So that elevator looked a little weird, so we're not gonna do that. It was all like, it looked really odd in there. So definitely gonna not do that. But oh yeah, here we go. This is the view of the stadium we wanted. Look at that. The whole stadium right here. That's so cool. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. And they're about to have practice. So you can see they're working on that end zone over there. But this is so cool. I can't believe I actually made it in. I didn't think I was going to. But the gate was wide open. So I walked in. And they left it open. So hopefully I don't get in trouble for that. Super cool though. I changed my mind. I do really want to go up to the suites. So we're going to check it out. I know that the elevator's a little weird, but we'll see. I'm excited. Actually, once again, never mind. It says elevator communication failure. I'm not messing with that. I don't know what that means, but you won't catch me in that. No way. Yeah, and it made a beeping noise. So I want to head back down now, see if I can actually get on the field. That'd be really cool. So that's what we're going to head to next. Not really much going on at this side of the stadium. You can't really, this is the home side, but there really is nothing of like super big note here. Maybe like again, once they fix that end zone, maybe it'll look a little different. But for this, as far as this part goes, not much going on. Look at all this. On the field. Wild. I made it on the field, so that's pretty cool. That's wild. So obviously I didn't want to interrupt practice or anything, but I did want to be able to step onto the field. So that was super cool. I cannot, I've said it a bunch of times, I cannot believe I actually got to go inside the stadium. Didn't want to go in the elevator. Again, the suites, probably pretty cool, but it was beeping, saying those communication errors, and I'm not really willing to risk my life or also walking through the construction scene for any of that. The main goal is I don't really want to interrupt what people are doing. So they're working on stuff in there. I don't want to make it an unsafe environment or have any issues there. And then I also didn't want to interrupt practice because they got stuff going on. They're trying to, go win football games. So I'm going to leave that to them. I think the Vanderbilt shirt definitely helped. I think that basically made it look like I was an employee, or they just don't care, or they just like, you just look to win. Either way, super grateful to be here at Vanderbilt for today. That really wrapped up the trip perfectly. But like I said, I do still have one more surprise for you guys because we got to close it out with a bang, which we already did, but we got to close it out with another bang. So looking forward to showing you guys this. Also, if I had more time, I probably could have just sat there and watched them practice, which would have been pretty cool. But I got to go. I got some stuff I got to do today. But that would have been a really cool experience. Just wasn't going to be happening today. So maybe I'll come back again for a game. But as far as the stadium goes, I definitely wasn't super impressed. That's probably the least interesting stadium I've ever been to. And again, partly could be because no one's there. But I really didn't feel like there's much going on in the concession area, or I forgot the name of it right now. But yeah, not a lot. Again, shout out to GFed. He's the reason I kind of wanted to walk on the field and do that. He's a super cool YouTuber that does a lot of like walking on fields and stuff. And I always thought it was super cool. And I finally got the guts up to go and do it. And it worked out really well. I'm really glad I did. So shout out to him. So my last stop is the Parthenon. And no, I'm not in Europe. I'm still in Nashville. I'm actually only about 5 minutes away from the stadium. So very close. This is one of my favorite places in Nashville, actually. They got a really cool replica of the Parthenon here that you can go inside of, and there's a lot of cool stuff in there. but also it's a beautiful park out here. People behind me, they're playing rugby. People are playing frisbee. Lots of stuff to do out here. It's really pretty. So if you visit Vanderbilt, definitely come out here and check it out. I think that you'd be missing out if you didn't. I was gonna come out here and bring some Red's Hot Chicken. It's about a few minutes away from here of a walk, because it's not really a visit to Nashville if you don't have hot chicken, but it's closed right now, so no hot chicken crunch wrap for me. So I'm gonna get out of here. I'm thirsty, I'm hungry, and I'm tired. So yeah. I'm tired of walking, but I have to get my camera now. One last shot of the Parthenon here, and there's some kind of zebra out here. I don't know what's going on over there, but huge news, guys. Before I left, right as I was leaving, the chicken place that I was talking about opened up, so I'm able to show you guys the chicken crunch wrap that I was talking about. Dude, look at this thing. It's a monster. It's as big as my head. And before I eat this too, another reason I wanted to come back on camera is because I realized I didn't give you guys a ranking for the campus / stadium. So I want to give it, a rating out of 10. So I would say on both front, well, campus wide, I'm going to give it a 5. I think it's about as average as it gets, I think, for FBS Power 5 stadium. I mean, if we're ranking against all stadiums, it'd be different. But again, because I haven't been to so many stadiums, like, this is all I have to go off of is like what I've been to. So I'm going to go ahead and say 5 for now. That might change in the future. But stadium is probably, I'll give the stadium about a 4. I really didn't care much for the stadium. It was really cool that I got to go in there, but there was nothing really special that jumped out. No cool like statues outside or any cool like interesting things to look at. And the concourse is actually really small. Again, it is undergoing renovation, so it's like hard to like really judge it that way. So maybe when I come back, that ranking will change. And in a second, I'll give you guys a look at the inside of this crunch wrap, because dude, I'm telling you, if you come to Nashville, you got to get hot chicken, and Red's Hot Chicken is like so good. Look at that. Oh, so good. Anchor down.